Swati. First of all, I would like to thank all of those people who have been approaching and subscribing to my channel, and trust me, it has given me an immense sense of confidence and responsibility. So in the last video I have explained you the basic concept behind this chapter, and first method which we were talking about was taking out the common factor, and that involved two steps like taking out HCF of each term, division of each term by HCF. So this was the basic method we were following last time for calculating or for factorization for the purpose of factorizing a basic polynomial, right? So see, if polynomials are of different types, we all know polynomials are of different categories. They can have numerous terms also. That is why they have been named as polynomial. So see, till now we have been considering about the simple form of polynomial, and in examples, if you must be rewinding, at the end I have explained you some polynomials which were a little bit different. Okay, so I have just filtered out some questions from your exercise 4.1 which seems a bit different, not typical I can say, but it is little bit different. So I will try to just clear those questions also in this session only, and after that I will be continuing with the second exercise along with its concepts. So coming back to our topic, which was factorization. So just a quick revision. What we were doing in case of factorization, basically two steps was involved: calculating HCF of each term of the polynomial, and our second term was dividing each term of the polynomial by HCF. So how we were doing this was also very much clear. Like see, 8x y cube 12x square y square. This was our first term, this was our second term. Let's say, now see, calculating HCF, I have told you also, either you can do it separately or you can do it in a combined way. Now this much practice is being done also that you can do it in a combined way so as you can save your time. Now see, 8x y cube and 12x square y square. If you have to factorize it, what you are going to get? 8, the prime factorization of 8 is 2 into 2 into 2. 3 times multiplication of 2. Prime factorization of x and y cube, you will be writing as x. Y cube is there, you have to write it down 3 times. As I have said also earlier, 12, the prime factorization of 12 is your 3 into 4, and for 4 we will further factorize it, that is 2 into 2. After that we are having x square, so we will be writing it as x into x. Then we are having y square, it will be y into y. Okay, filtering out the common terms here, we will get 2 and 2 as common. Then again 1, 2 is common here. We are getting x is common. We are getting 1 y is common. We are getting 1 more y is common. Okay, just check it again. We are getting 1, 2, 2 common. We are getting 1 x and 2 y. Okay, so now just writing them, you will be getting it 2 into 2 into x into y into y. Multiplying them as a whole, you will be getting it 2 2s is your 4, then x and then y square. So basically the HCF which you have got here is your 4x y square. So our very first step got completed here. What was the second step involving? That was division of each and every term of the polynomial by HCF. Okay, so now dividing thing was also very easy, pretty simple, like 8x y cube, you have to divide it by your HCF. Dividing 8x y cube by 4x y square is going to give you 4 1s are 4, 2s are 8. X and x is going to be cancelled out. Same number of x we are having in our denominator and numerator as well. Y square we are having in denominator, whereas y cube we are having in numerator. We will be left with 1y in the numerator. That means we will be having only 2y as a remainder. Okay, the second term, which was 12x square y square, if we are going to divide 12x square y square by 4x y square, what we are going to get? 4 3s are 12, 1x we are having in our denominator, it will be going to cancel out with 1x in the numerator. Then we are having y square and y square. Same number of y in numerator and denominator, they are going to be cancelled out as it is. So the remainder which we have left with is again here 3x. Okay, so 2y from the first term, 3x from the second term. What we need to do is that we need to combine both the terms, that is 2y, and how we combine, the sign between them is same as the sign between the polynomial. Okay, plus we are going to get combined and we are going to enclose it within a bracket, and outside the bracket we just have to write our very HCF which we have calculated here, that means 4xy square. Okay, and this was basically the way and the method of representation, okay, of our answer. So this was a quick revision of the questions of the concept which I have explained you in my first video, and this is the basic approach. Only you have to follow this in each and every question of your exercise also. Examples I have taught you every part, and talking about the exercise, I will not teach you every part of your exercise because that is your part. Just practice it down, and whatever the doubt is going to become, just comment down just comment me or just ask me in the comment section below and see. Some of the questions are within your exercise. I have filtered out some of the questions. In those questions you might face some or the other form any problem or that. In those questions you can face some problems, so I will be discussing them here. Okay. Now we are going to continue with question number 3, first part, that is 2 pi r square minus 4 pi r. Okay, so I have just picked this question. This question is no more. This question is not making any difference here. But the only reason for which I have picked this question is the use of pi here in this polynomial. The pi is, some of you might be confusing that until here we were studying about x, y, r, p, q, these kind of alphabet basically in form of variables. Many of you just think that variables we are having, they will be in alphabetical form also, but no, it is not true. In case of your factorization and algebraic expression, you can take variable in any form. They can be symbols also, they can be alphabets also. Okay, so here we have just taken pi. Okay, so pi, this is the same pi you all have came across also in your chapter volume and surface area and all, calculating radius and diameter, that is pi is equal to 22/7. So about that you don't have to, you don't need to worry about that. You just have to consider it as a variable in this particular polynomial, and you have to follow your same approach of solving the questions and just solve it down, and there will be no difference in your answer. Okay, you just have to consider it as a variable only in this question. Okay, now see, now according to our basic concept, again this is our very first term, this is our second term. Okay, now again I was saying you HCF part and division part. I will be writing it down in short this time. HCF part was calculating HCF of 2 pi r square and then calculating HCF of 4 pi r. Calculating HCF of 2 pi r square is going to give us what? 2 into pi into r, and 4 pi square is going to give us 2 into 2 into pi into r. Filter down the common ones. 2 and 2 are common here, pi is also common here, and 1 r is also common here. So from here we can say that we have derived our HCF, that is 2 into pi into r. Okay, so the HCF we have got here is our 2 pi r. Okay, don't get confused, just follow the same method and you will be getting your answer as it is. Okay, just consider it as a variable. I am saying it again and again. Don't get confused about these things. Now 2 pi r, we have got our HCF. This is our HCF. We have to divide it now with each and every term. 2 pi r square divided by our very HCF which we have calculated recently. 2 pi r square divided by 2 pi r is going to give us 2 and 2 is going to be cancelled out. Pi and pi is going to be cancelled out. R is going to be cancelled out. 1 r in the numerator, sorry, because we are having 1 r in our 2 r in our numerator. So the only remainder after dividing we have left with is our r. Okay. Second term is your 4 pi r. Talking about 4 pi r, again this divided simply with the HCF. Now the our HCF was 2 pi r, just divide it down. You will be getting 2 2s are 4 and pi is going to be cancelled out with pi, r is going to be cancelled out with r. The only remainder you have left with is 2. Okay, last but not our least term was what? Combining these two with the very same sign we were having in a polynomial. So combining r and 2, which were the remainder. So we have got what? R minus 2. You have to enclose it in the bracket, and outside the bracket you have to write down your HCF, that is 2 pi r. So see, I haven't followed any other thing or any other approach here. I have just followed our same approach and we have just solved it down as it is. So pi is not making any difference here in this question. Okay. Now let us begin with the second part of this question. Second part of this question is also seem little bit different. It is not different in any other term. The only difference it is making here is that first term of the polynomial is 18m. Second term of the polynomial is 16n. Okay. Now see, after looking at this polynomial, some of you might be thinking that here we are not getting common variables, because m is here only and n is here only. Till now what we were studying, we were having common variables like r. We were looking at the questions, we were having r here also, we were having r here also. In previous questions also we were having x and x in the common, or y and y in the common. No matter how many terms we were having in common, but we were having something in case of variables. But in this question, if you are going to look at the variables, you are not getting any, you are not having anything common here. Okay, so see, m is having, n is having. So let me tell you again that this is also not going to make any difference in your question. Here also you have to follow the simple procedure. Okay, and you have to jot it down in your answer. Like just see, calculate down the HCF in a very basic sense. Talking about HCF, 18m is your first term, 16n is your second term. So see, if you are not having any common, if you are not having anything common in your variable part, so just leave it as it is. Okay. So do one thing. 18m is there, 16n is there. At least you can factorize the numerical part. Okay, so just factorize the numerical part and leave your variable part as it is. It has nothing to do with your answer or the representation of your answer. Okay, so now see, I am doing the factorization of 18 factorization you can do. 2 9s is 18 and factorizing 9 further is going to give us 3 into 3. Now see, 2 9s are 18 and 9 is your 3 into 3, and m we are having, we are going to write it down m as it is. Now 16 n we are having, 16 is 4 into 4 and 16 is also 2 multiplication 4 times, right? Now see, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into n. I will recommend you to do the basic, I will recommend you basically here to do basic prime factorization here, because these questions, looking at these questions, they are simple here, but the chapter factorization is like this, you would be facing minor errors in that. So if you are not covering each and every basic detail of your question, you can get your answer wrong at the end, and that would be costing you very much about your marks and all, about your marks. So see, I have just factorized them in the basic form. I factorized 18m, I factorized 16n. Now we will just pick out our common part as we were doing till now. 2 and 2 is 1, 2 and 2 we have found common here. Now again, if you are not getting anything else, just a numerical value as your HCF, then also you don't need to worry about it. Whatever you are getting, just write it down as it is, pick it up and solve your question further. You don't need to panic that now till now we were following another kind of thing, now again in this question. So don't doubt yourself. First the thing I will the basic thing I would like to tell you all, that don't doubt yourself while solving your question, because if once your concept is clear, once you know the basic approach of solving your questions, whatever the type of questions is coming in front of you, they are none other than your efforts to sticking to your concept. They are just checking you the basic motive or the basic idea behind those questions is that. So just checking your ability that how you have just jotted down the basic concept in your mind. Okay. So see, 2 and we're coming back. 2 and 2 is common here. So now the HCF within this particular question which you have got here is only 2. Okay. Now we are not having variables in common. Then let it be. It doesn't matter. If you are not having in common, just leave them as it is. Okay. Just move to the second step. Our second step was division. Division we will be doing it. We are having 18m, dividing 18m with our HCF, that was 2, is going to give us simply what? 2 9s are 18. We are not having any variable in our denominator, that means no cancellation at all. So 9m is the remainder which you will be having here. Now see, 16n, dividing 16n by 2, you will be getting what? 2 8s are 16 and your remainder will be 8n. Okay. Now combining both of them, you will be getting what? 9m plus 8n. Enclose them inside the bracket. Write down your HCF outside the bracket. You are having only 2. Just write it down. No problem at all. Okay. So the basic answer of your this part of the basic answer of this part of this question is your 2 whole bracket 9m plus 8n. Okay. Sure. Okay, so like previous question, we were not having any common variable. I have just picked one more question regarding that this question is basically your question number 5, second part. The polynomial which we are having here is 14mn 22m minus 62p. So while looking at the question only, you must be looking here, you must be getting my point, like mn is here, m is here, p is here, so you're not having any common things here. So see, 14mn, 22m and 62p we are having. We are just going to consider them as a different parts of this polynomial. This is first term, this is second term, this is your third term of your polynomial. Calculating HCF, just do it as it is only. So 14m and 22m and 62p we are having. Just jot it down. And now what we are going to get is your 14mn, factorizing 14, 2 7s is 14, it's basic, just write it down, 2 7s are. M and n, they are in your multiplication form, one time only, just write it down as it is. 22 can be classified as your 2 into 11 and m as it is. 62 is basically you are having 62, you can write it down 62 as what? 2 into 31 into p. Okay, so I have just done the factorization process. Now I am going to filter out the common terms. Here also we are getting only one thing in our common, that is 2. We are not having m, n or p or any other factor here. Okay, so see, no doubt again HCF will be only 2 and you have to solve your question while taking this HCF only. Okay, the second part which involves division here is what? 14mn first term divided by 2, then your second term, that is 22m divided by 2, your third term, that is 62p divided by 2. 14mn, 2 7s are 14, you are going to get your remainder as 7mn. 22m divided by 2 is going to give you what? 11m. 62p, dividing it, you will be getting it your 31p. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to just combine them all, and after combining them you have to write it down here as the form of your answer. 7mn, sign you have to pick from your polynomial only, plus 11m, sign you have to pick from your polynomial, minus 31p, you have to pick your sign, you have already picked, now we are going to write it 31p. You have to enclose it within a bracket and write it down HCF outside the bracket. So this is your final answer of this question. Okay, so see, we haven't done anything different here, we have just followed a basic approach and we have solved it down. Okay, so students, now we are having another type of polynomial, and in this polynomial we are having 3a outside the bracket, inside the bracket we are having x square plus y square, then 6b x square plus y square. So see, looking at the question only, you will be getting it very easily. Like if I will say ki, okay, so we are having this different form of polynomial. This in this question, this is your question number 7, second part. 3a in bracket x square plus y square, 6b x square plus y square. Either we can follow our basic form or basic approach. We have to follow our basic approach only, because step marking is there. If you are not going to follow your basic steps, your marks is going to be get deducted. But after explaining this later on, I will tell you how to check your answer in one line. This question is basically a one line question. Okay, and some of you might be getting it also what I am trying to say, but for this time only, for this very basic time, I will follow the basic approach only here. Okay. Now see, the first time just mark your, in these questions it is very, in these kind of questions it is very compulsory that you just clear in your head what are the terms basically. So this is your whole term, this is your first and this is your second, and they are whole as them. Okay, and just consider them as whole only. Now see, first term is your 3a x square plus y square. Okay, and your second term is your 6b x square plus y square. You don't have to do anything. These things are not going to make difference. Again I am saying, see, 3a, just write it down. Write it down in the form of multiplication form. Like see, 3a can be written as what? 3 into a, x square plus y square is inside the bracket, and it here you are just from the question, so from the question only you must be getting it. It is in the multiplication form with 3a. So just put the sign of multiplication here, and your x square plus y square, just close down the bracket. Okay. So this is the basic factorization of the whole polynomial of the base. So this is the basic factorization of this whole term of here. Okay. Now see, 6b can be written as what? 6 can be written as what? 2 into 3. B can be written as only b, and just x square plus y square, just write it down as it is. Now see, till now you must not be getting that what to do in this question. Now when I have just factorized them like this in a simple form, you all must be getting it. What we have to do exactly in this question. Now see, it is very simple now. 3 and 3. We are having 1 3 in common here. We are not having A we are not having B, we are not having 2 also. We are not. One more thing, x square plus y square, it is what? Irreducible factor only. You are just going to take out whole as common here. So 3 and x square plus y square, take out whole as a common. Whole factor as common here, and now what you are going to get your HCF is what? 3 outside the bracket, inside the bracket 3, and inside the bracket you are going to get your x square plus y square. So this is your HCF of this particular term. Now our second step, which comprising here division, just divide it down, very easy. See, our first term was what? Our first term was 3a x square y square, dividing 3a x square plus y square with your HCF, that is your 3x square plus y square. What you are going to get? 3 and 3 is going to be cancelled out, and see, x square plus y square and x square plus y square whole enclosed within a bracket, it is the very same term in the denominator, in the numerator, so you can just cancel it as it is. So the only remainder which you have left with is your a. Okay. Now talking about the second term, that is your 6b, then you are having x square plus y square. Now just divide it down, 6b x square plus y square by 3x square plus y square. Okay. So what you are going to get? 3 2s are 6. Okay, and x square plus y square, again they are going to be cancelled out as it is. So the only remainder you have left with is what? 2b. Okay, now just combine them. with the sign I'm just writing down here. Just combine them, you're getting what? A plus 2b. See, plus sign is there in your polynomial. Between these two terms, you are going to write down a plus 2b. And outside the bracket, you have to write down your HCF. That is 3x square plus y square. So finally, we are done with our answer. So in this question also, nothing, our approach was very simple. The only difference which was here was, the only difference this question was making was x square plus y square enclosed in a bracket was the whole term, and this term, the advantage we have got here that this term is common in between both the polynomials. So as a whole you can consider that term, as a whole you can factorize it, as a whole you can divide it, so it is not going to cause any trouble in your question, okay? And just follow the basic approach, you will be done with your final answer in that, okay? Okay students, one more question I am having of the same type which I have explained you Obi right now. Now see, 6x plus 2y whole cube, 8x plus 2y whole cube. X plus 2y inside the bracket, x plus 2y inside the bracket. Look at the question carefully. You are having one common term, that is your x plus 2y, which is clearly visible from the question only. Okay, the only difference is here is what? The difference in the powers. X plus 2y in the first part is having your 3 and x plus 2y in the second part is having your power as 2. Okay, again we have just analyzed the question. I have not told you I need to just use your extra brain here. Just analyze the question, follow the basic approach, and then we will do what we have to do. See, first term is 6x plus 2y whole cube. Our second term is 8x plus 2y whole square. 6x plus 2y whole cube, how you can write it down? See, 6, the factorization of 6 is going to give us what? 2 into 3. And if you have to write x plus 2y whole cube, you are going to write it down 3 times. Am I right? Okay, so x plus 2y into x plus 2y. I'm just trying to make it as simple as I can. Okay, now see 8. We can write it down. 8 was 2 into 2 into 2. And now you are having x plus 2y whole square. That means you have to write it down x plus 2y 2 times. Okay, so now this will be x plus 2y into x plus 2y. Now it will be very simple for you to filter out the common terms without doing any mistake. Okay, so now see, 2 into visibly very common here, x plus 2y, 1x plus 2y we are having common, x plus 2y, 2x plus 2y we are having in common. Okay, so now what we are getting in form of our HCF is 2 into x plus 2y as whole multiplied by x plus 2y as whole. See, x plus 2y, here comes 2 times. That means in your HCF you have got x plus 2y whole square with 2. So your final HCF will be what? 2 in bracket x plus 2y whole square. Okay, so this is your HCF here, and you have to divide this. You have to divide your terms with the HCF only. So 6x plus 2y whole cube. If you are going to divide it with your HCF, you will be getting what? 6x plus 2y whole cube. Dividing it by your HCF, that is 2x plus 2y whole square. It is going to give us what? 2 3s are 6. X plus 2y whole square, x plus 2y whole cube. Okay, we are having 2x plus 2y whole square downwards, and we are having 3 in your numerator. So we will be left with 1x plus 2y as a whole, and the remainder which we will be left with what? 3 in bracket x plus 2y. Okay, so coming back to the second term, that is 8 in bracket x plus 2y whole square. Just divide it down. 8x plus 2y whole square divided by 2x plus 2y whole square, which is our HCF. Now see, dividing it, 2 4s are 8, x plus 2y whole square, x plus 2y whole square. Same form of variables we are getting in our numerator, in our denominator. We are going to cancel it out as it is, which has made the question as simple as we were doing till now. Okay, and now see, the only remainder we have left with here in this term is 4. We will not forget about the combining method of our terms, like we will be combining them 3x plus 2y. The sign which is going to combine both of these terms is plus 4. Just enclose them inside the bracket, and after that you have to put down your HCF in front of this bracket, and which is what? 2 in bracket x plus 2y whole square. Now see, looking at this question seems typical also, and it seems lengthy also, but I think the approach which I have followed here is the very same one which I have been following since the very first part of your example. Okay, so I don't think that it is going to make your question typical. At least it can be lengthy because algebraic expression is a lengthy chapter. You have to take care of each and every step. That is why I am just trying to be as much as elaborative as I can. Okay, so now let's begin with the next question. गेम नहीं खेलेगा बिना मैच हुए, पहले बता दिया, गेम बंद कर देना बहुत जल्दी। 3 में से चुतिया कटा है, रोज रोज का नहीं नाटक चाहिए मुझे। एक हाथ से पढ़ाई भी होगी और गेम भी होगा, दोनों में कोई बुराई नहीं है। देखो ऑन करो दूसरा क्वेश्चन।
ऑन है,
बंद नहीं होना चाहिए ये। Okay students, now I have picked one question from your exercise only, question number 9, first part. This I think in your whole exercise this is the most typical part as it seems to be. It is not actually, but looking at the question you must be finding it difficult and all. So let us begin with our basic approach. We will be following very basic approach like the same. Now from the question, if we are just going to filter out our terms, we are having this, we are having this, and we are having this. This particular term we can mark it as first term, second term, and third term. Okay, so we are having basically 3 terms in this whole polynomial. We are going to solve them separately. We are going to take out HCF of each and every term separately. We are going to divide each and every term separately so that the chances of error can be minimized as much as possible. Okay, now see, talking about first term, we are having 10a 2p plus q whole cube. Now second term, we are having 15a 2p plus q whole square. Third term, we are having 35a 2p plus q. Okay, now just factorize them simply. Follow the simple thing. First this part, then the second part. 10a, you can write it down what? 2 into 5 into a. 2p plus q as a whole inside the bracket. Consider it as a whole only. Just factorize it according to the power on it. 2p plus q whole power is 3. So you have to write it down as 3 times. Now see, 2p plus q, then again 2p plus q, then again 2p plus q. Okay, so got my point? Now see, 15a can be written as what? 3 5 is 15, 3 into 5 into a. Now again 2p plus q as a whole we are having in power as 2. So it will be what? 2p plus q and 2p plus q. You have to write it down 2 times. Okay. So whenever we are having one kind of polynomial, or you can say any expression as a whole, you just have to factorize. The factorization of that particular term is basically done on the basis of its power. Okay. So this is very simple. I think you must all know. 35 is what? 7 5s are 35 into a into 2p plus q. Only one time we are having. We are going to write it down as it is. Okay. Now filtering out the common terms has become pretty easy. So 5 and 5 clearly visible here. It is common. A and a is also common in all these three terms of the polynomial, and 1 2p plus q we are having common here. Now see, the HCF which we have got here is what? 5 into a into 2p plus q inside the bracket. So basically we are done with 5a 2p plus q is our HCF. See, the question became very much simple. Now dividing term. Dividing term is going to give us 10a 2p plus q whole cube, 15a 2p plus q whole square, and 35a 2p plus q. So what you are going to get after dividing? It's by HCF. See, 10a 2p plus q whole cube dividing by your HCF, that is 5a 2p plus q. Again I am going to write it down first everything. 15a 2p plus q square divided by our HCF again 5a 2p plus q. Then we are having 35a 2p plus q divided by our HCF, that is 5a 2p plus q. Okay. Now just divide it down. A and a is going to be cancelled out. 10 is going to be cancelled out 2 times with 5. Now see, 2p plus q, in the denominator we are having 1 as a power 1. In numerator we are having it as a power 3. So when you are going to cancel out 1 with this, you will be left with what? 2, right? So the remainder which you have left is what? 2 outside the bracket p plus q to the power square. Okay, because 3 was there, only 1 was there in the denominator, you have cancelled 1, you have left with 2. Okay, now see, dividing a and a again for our second term, dividing 15 by 5 is going to give us 3. 2p plus q, 1 2p plus q whole square. 1 2p plus q is going to be cancelled out with the denominator 1. So here you will be left with what? Only 1 2p plus q as whole. In the last term, just cancelled out a and a part, cancelled out 35 by 7, 5 7s is 35. 2p plus q, 1 2p plus q you are having in your denominator, 1 2p plus q you are having in your numerator. This cancelled out as it is, you will be getting only 7 as your remainder. Your last step is about combining all these 3 remainders which you have got. So now combining them is it, I am not having the space, I am just doing it right down here. So combining them is going to give you what? See, 2p plus q whole square. The sign between them is minus, combine them with this sign. Then 3 2p plus q. Then the sign last, for the last time we are having plus sign, plus 7 here. Okay, enclose them with the bracket. Outside the bracket you have to write it down your HCF. So writing down HCF is going to give us what? 5a in bracket 2p plus q, and this is your answer of this question. Okay, so we have got the answer. Okay, so now let's begin with the last question of this exercise, but that last question is also having one trick only. That's why I am explaining that question also, so that this whole concept of your factorization first part with your examples and first exercise should be clearly understandable or should be very clear to you. Okay, let's begin with the last question, and this question also seems little bit typical also, but this is not. Like, see, if you will look at this polynomial we are having x square plus y square minus z square inside the bracket as one term, this one as second term, and this one as third term. Okay, so now considering them separately, the only thing which is making a difference here is your sign. See, observing your question, x square plus y square minus z square in your first term, x square plus y square minus z square in your third term. Okay, so the signs are making the difference. So what you can do is simply you can just take out common. You can take out the minus sign common here. After, when you will take out your minus sign common here, the variables inside this bracket is also going to be okay. Now see, we are having three variables here: x square plus y square minus z square plus y. Now in the second term, if you will notice, in the second term you are having minus x square minus y square plus z square, and in your third term again you are having same, like x square plus y square minus z square. Okay, so the only thing which is making a difference here is your sign. See, now here we are having minus minus plus, we are having plus minus. So the basic approach which we have been following here also, you are not doing it first time in your algebraic expression. You have to take out your minus sign as common, so that you can just make your polynomial, just make your term polynomial. Okay, so the thing which you have to do is that you have to just take out your minus sign common out from here, so that you can find the common terms in between these terms of your polynomial. Okay, now see, doing this, I have taken this. Now see, I have taken one first term of our polynomial. I have just factorized them as it is, like x into x square plus y square minus z square. I have taken our second term. Taking out second term, y minus x square minus y square plus z square, I have filtered out minus y outside it, so that when this minus is going to get multiplied with inside the bracket, it is going to give us the same common term as in the previous one. See, minus minus plus, so it will be plus x square, minus minus plus, so it will be plus y square, then minus plus minus plus minus is going to give you minus z square. Okay, now see, last term you can write it down as it is, z into x square plus y square minus z square. So now your common term you can just filter out simply, so your SCF will be x square plus y square minus z square. Also in the form of division, when you have to divide them, you will also do the same thing only, x this, and in your second term I am talking about. In your first term you will be left with x only. This whole term is going to be cancelled out, because the numerator denominator you are having the same thing. Minus y we have taken out common here, so minus y will be left, and now x square, this whole term you are going to cancel out, z, this whole term you are going to cancel out as it is. So the remainder you have been left with is your x minus y minus z. Now one thing, if you will notice here in this question, that now our signs are not, the signs which you have to put down here is not, they are not following the same pattern. Plus minus was there, and now we are having minus minus. So this is the reason behind this is only that we have to filter out our common factor, and for that purpose only we have just taken out minus sign as common, so that we can get our HCF in common, and we can get our final answer, which is your x square plus y square minus z square inside the bracket x minus y minus z. So I think till now the concept of your factorization is clear of exercise 4.1. Okay, and there's okay. Now students, some few more questions are left in your exercise, and they are pretty much easier than those I have explained you already. So you can just practice them on your own. Still, if you will be facing any doubts regarding those questions, just let me know by jotting it down in your comment section below. I will in my next video I will try to solve those questions for you. Okay, thank you so much for watching my video.